I can't do this thing or life without you here with me, cause I'm dangerous. All right, anyways, what's going on, people? I am Wesley from ACONNECTIONTV, the one and only channel on YouTube, the one and only network on YouTube, where we actually adopt similar connections despite our differences. This particular video is going to be about my reintroduction to Lady Gaga last night. I went out with Kevin from the Scorpion Show. Shout out to Mr. Kevin from the Scorpion Show. We were able to go backstage. Thanks to Mr. Vince. I really appreciate your hospitality. Thank you. Me and Kevin got an opportunity to sort of network or speak to a lot of the people behind the scenes, which is new for me because I typically am like mute and don't really have anything to say to people because I'm just not the people person. But Kevin was all out there talking and, you know, doing his thing Dizzo for Shizzo. So I opened up a little bit and I started conversations with people. And it's hard, like you think about it, it's like, why would you start a conversation with somebody that you don't know? But I started conversations with people and, you know, I was being myself and was chatty. Handed out cards and stuff, so it was cool. It was a little different than what I usually allow myself to do when I go out to events like that. But needless to say, Vince brought us to meet Lady Gaga, and it was interesting because usually when I not usually, like this is a usual thing for me, like I don't usually meet artists, but I've always thought of an artist like I hear about how they, you know, require green M&Ms and how it has to be at this temperature in their room, or how they have to have this and have to have that, or whatever the case may be. So I've always wanted to see that type of atmosphere, what it would be like and what that person would require or whatever. Just the atmosphere around them, I always wanted to know what it would be like. And so when I entered Lady Gaga's space, there was a lot of white around. There was drapery. There was different sections of the room that was separate from other parts of the room, like I guess her dressing area, and then there was a lounging area, like a living room type of area. And then in the back behind me where I was standing, there was this long hallway leading to something else, or whatever the case may be. So it was weird, and as I'm wrapped up in that moment, I'm, you know, because not many people say that they've met Lady Gaga or have been around Lady Gaga. So, you know, I'm sharing this experience with you guys, adopt this similar connection despite our difference, so that you guys can kind of understand. Because a lot of people on Twitter, when I was tweeting about it, were going all the rage, you know, because they really are fans and hardcore stans of Lady Gaga, I guess. But as I'm looking around and seeing what she has in her area, she has portraits were made of her and stuff like that. I'm like, wow, this is, you know, cool, comfortable. The space was welcoming, and she's sitting there and she's talking to Marissa Tomei, and you know, anybody who knows about movies know of Marissa Tomei, and it was kind of interesting to see them talk and to go back and forth, and so that was cool. And, you know, she leans over and she looks in our direction where I'm, you know, Kevin's in front of me and I'm behind Kevin. And she's like, the Scorpion! And so she goes to, you know, greet Kevin, and Kevin's smiling or whatever case it being, you know, as they're talking or whatever, conversing. She looks at me and she's like, hey, come here. So I was like, me? I was like, okay. So I go over and I shake her hand, and she's like, how are you? And I'm like, fine. And we started talking about the show, and I commented on the fact that Born This Way was an amazing song, and she was like, thank you. And Kevin had mentioned the part about that because she was recording her HBO special, and it was interesting, like watching her. Like her performances are hot. Like if you've never been to a Lady Gaga performance or a concert or never thought of going, you should go, because it's not like any other performance. So the performances or her concert period is hot. So when she was doing it for HBO, she made it a point to comment on the fact that she doesn't lip sing, and for all of those people that think that she lip sing, you're dead wrong. And she said that she never lip sing in any performance that she's done, and she, is not going to lip sing. And she's like, she's not going to be like these artists that get up on HBO specials and lip sing. So I thought that was hot that she said that. And so from that point on, because every time when I look at artists, I always try to see, okay, did I hear a gasp for breath? Because when they be doing all these hard dances and they be sounding like the studio album, I'm like, come on, really? You know what I'm saying? Like, a part of live performances is hearing that, you know what I'm saying? Hearing that, gasping for air, because the person's trying to go in and go hard. But, with people like Beyonce and now Lady Gaga, it's kind of hard to tell whether or not they're lip syncing because they always sound so flawless for the most part. So she mentioned that, and so I mentioned that to her. I was like, that's awesome that you said that, because I've always wondered, how you sang, because you really sang, and me and Kevin were commenting at the fact that she really did sing, and it was hot, Meeting Lady Gaga, for those of you that are curious about it, it's surreal. And for me, it's not surreal at the fact that she's she's the biggest pop star in the world, and I'm in front of the biggest pop star in the world. The experience was huge for me because she's the biggest pop star in the world, but she created a song that solely speaks to me by just reading the title, Born This Way. That title, the fact that she, and I'm trying not to get all crazy and misty-eyed, because a lot of people that don't know about the gay culture or about our culture, my culture, it's very hard living this lifestyle. It's very hard being public with it. It's very hard. It's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, when the way blacks lived 50, 60 years ago, it's very hard. So to have a superstar create a song and have that, my culture, be a part of the meaning of the song, it really spoke to me in more ways than one. And the hottest moment for me was the fact that she was willing and able to take the time to explain the reason for her coming up with the song. It meant a lot to me. It really did. It really meant a lot to me. Gaga is really ballsy. She's really she's down to earth. She laughs with you. She jokes with you. She's very humble. And her crew was so nice. Offered me a drink and made it very pleasant for us to be in that living room type of space. And so I'm staring at her, and she's being so nice, and she's explaining the song. And she's talking about how she's so happy that everybody likes the song, that she's getting good feedback from the song. Kevin walks in with a "Don't be a drag, just be a queen" shirt, and everybody was going so crazy for that shirt. And when she saw the shirt, she fell in love with the shirt, and she felt, sincere passion from us for the fact that, Kevin walked in wearing that shirt, and, we were all going hard on that song, and she loves that song. She went to she mentioned the fact that she sings her own song, Born This Way, in the shower because she's so happy for that song. She says she wrote the song 1.5 years ago, and there were a lot of reasons why she wrote the particular song. Okay, she referenced a lot of things last night, and what really stood out to me was that she mentioned black gay culture. I've yet to know of and to hear of a superstar, just someone as big as she is, talk about black gay culture. I've yet to hear anybody talk about it and have that be a reason to why they create a song. Have that be a part of the reason to why they create a song. Like, are you serious? Like, wow. Like really? When you listen to the lyrics of Born This Way and you kind of understand where she is getting that from being in that position, you feel overwhelmed. And that's definitely how I felt while watching her and hearing her talk about the song. I felt overwhelmed. Now, let's reference back to the Grammys performance, where I actually didn't give too much positive feedback for the performances, because I really was over the Grammys at one particular point. I think 20 minutes into the Grammys, I was over the Grammys. But Lady Gaga had this kind of like dramatic entrance to where she was being carried, and she was inside of an egg. That whole performance basically, for me, symbolizes how when a fetus is in their gestation period, they can be influenced by the outside world. The outside world being her carriers that was carrying her to be born. And so with that, with her coming out of the egg, it kind of, resembled the fact that she wasn't going to be influenced by the carriers, by the outside world, that she was going to remain to be who or what it is that she's born to be. Once I sat down and kind of like realized what it is that she was trying to do, it clicked. My conversation that I had with her really spoke volume to me, and I definitely appreciated being reintroduced to Miss Lady Gaga and meeting her. She said I was cute, y'all. Now, that was hot in itself, because I was sitting there like, dressed all in black. Mind you, she went to go change her outfit because she had on this red, like, furry meat thing in the beginning, and she went to go change her outfit to have the interview with Scorpion, and she came out in all black. It was hot because I had on all black, and we were looking hot together in our pic that I took of her, where we did the little monster claw thing. And during the interview with Kevin, she basically said that I was cute because she was talking about the Born This Way song. She said something, I can't remember what she said, and I started to clap, and she looked at me. Basically, she was looking at me the whole interview, and so she looked at me. She was staring at me, and she saw me clapping, and I was smiling, showing my pearly whites, and she's like, "Oh yeah," and she's like, "Your friend is cute." She said that in the interview. Go to the video, you'll see that she was calling me cute. Okay. Anyways, Lady Gaga, I definitely want to say thank you for taking the opportunity to meet me, because you knew you were going to meet Kevin, but just to take the opportunity to meet me and be nice to me and welcome me in your setting. Vince, thank you so much for allowing Kevin to bring me further beyond the backstage gates, and it was a crazy situation because they didn't want to let us in, and Kevin was gonna have to trying to remain cool, but he was cussing the security. He was cussing the security guard out. Oh my God, last night was fun, and I hope this video is not that crazy with the rambling, but Lady Gaga is a powerful force to be reckoned with, and I'm amazed that for someone with her stance, that she's able to put out a song that has so many meanings for so many different people. I got a chance to see the Born This Way video, y'all. The Born This Way video is awesome. Now, I only saw a sneak peek, but I saw enough to basically understand what the video is going to be about. I can't really speak about it too much because it's like hush hush, The video will be out on Monday, 11 a.m., February 28th, I believe. And what I will tell you is that the video has a lot of choreography in the video, and she's going hard in the video, and you're going to like it. If you're a Gaga fan, you're going to like it regardless because it's Gaga. But if you're a supporter of the song, it's going to be interesting because, I can't really say too much about it, but there's one factor with that song, and you'll get it because the way that Gaga asked the Scorpion to do his interview, when you look at that video, you'll see that it's not trying to be covered well, I can't really say it, but Gaga, you are smart. Now that I'm thinking about it, and I look at that interview is a direct reflection of the Lady Gaga video. And you'll understand it when the Lady Gaga video comes out, because Gaga really specifically asked him to do the video that way. And it was so hot. Because Gaga, you're smart. Gaga, you are smart, and I definitely respect you in your craft. You're an awesome woman, and to everybody that surrounds you, I hope and pray that they keep you grounded and keep you strong, and keep you humane, because it would be a grand loss to the world if we were without you and your music style and your talent. And that's not me just, throwing fluff up her ass. That's me being real. Because I already know if I don't like somebody, I'll say I don't like them. But I definitely have a newer found respect for Lady Gaga, and I had a great time. But definitely check out Born This Way. It comes out January 28th. The album comes out very, very soon. I believe in May. Don't quote me. But I'm definitely going to get the album. I have to hear all of these singles, especially Judas and Americano. I have to hear this stuff, because I have to hear this stuff. If you are a Gaga fan, look at the interview with the Scorpion. Check it out. It's hot. And y'all, I met Lady Gaga twice. And that's crazy. For those of you that think that doing YouTube is whack or whatever the case may be, you're a diehard Gaga fan that will probably never, if ever, or in a while, whatever you want to call it, meet her. Probably will never meet her. But I got an opportunity to meet her twice. And not many people are ever going to be able to say that. So I definitely am blessed at the fact that, and Liza Minnelli was at the concert. Liza Minnelli was at the concert. Jay-Z and Beyonce was at the concert. Marissa Tomei was at the concert. It was like, wow. That's all I'm gonna say. Wow. Her dancers went mad hard. Like, her dancers were so, like, a Lady Gaga concert is so awesome because it's so theatrical and it's so gory and it's so gutsy, and she cusses, and it's all about truth. It's all about being who you are and loving who you are and accepting the fact that we are all born this way. We all adopt similar connections despite our differences. Oh my God. Lady Gaga. Wow, that's ACONNECTIONTV at its best. Adopting similar connections despite our differences. And that's what a Lady Gaga concert is. Adopting similar connections despite our differences, because we're all different, yet we hold so many similarities despite all of us just being human. Wow. Wow. Born This Way. I definitely love it. Check it out Monday at 11 a.m. on her YouTube channel. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for subscribing to ACONNECTIONTV. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Facebook. Write comments below the videos. If you have any other version of how you feel Born This Way feels to you, or whatever the case may be, write it. But I definitely love it. And the one thing I will say before I leave, is that we need a lot of our artists, me saying our, like black artists, to come out and represent for the black gay culture. Like, it's so crazy to me that these huge names and the entertainment world, can't do what Lady Gaga is doing. And it really pains me to know, because like I said, this is very difficult. Like, not even within my culture, as far as African American black culture, there isn't a lot of acceptance for me being who I am as far as gay or whoever I choose to love or whatever the case may be. There's no acceptance. So to hear, somebody, like I said, somebody so huge talk about that means the world. That means the world to me. So I definitely respect that. And you guys just need to share this video through Facebook, Twitter, whatever the case may be. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching ACONNECTIONTV. Thank y'all for being involved with the channel, supporting the channel. Love y'all. Can't say enough. I can ramble on and on about this particular song, but I'm not going to. I'm going to stop it right now. Love y'all. Stay blessed. Mwah.